Hello, welcome to your video on two-step equations. By the end, you will be able to solve two-step equations. Please note, when you are undoing what's being done to the variable, you must undo order of operations. So reverse Pemdas. And what that means is you have to undo adding and subtracting before multiplying and dividing. Okay, think about it as adding and subtracting. They're farther away from your variable. They're your grandmas, your grandpas, your aunts, your uncles. They leave Thanksgiving first, okay, if you're hosting it. And then multiplying and dividing, that would be your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, the people you live with. They're not really going to leave. They'll be the last ones to leave, and so you'll do that after. How do I solve two-step equations involving adding? We have three examples we're going to do together. The first one is 2x plus 4 equals 9. Identifying variable side is the side with the variable, which in this case is the left side. And now we got to get rid of, think about Thanksgiving, who leaves first? It's the grandmas, the grandpas, the aunts, the uncles. So those people are not as close of relatives. So that would be our plus 4. Okay, this needs to leave first. In order to get this to leave, we need to make a zero pair. This plus 4 needs to be undone by subtracting 4. And what you do on one side, you have to do on the other side to keep it balanced. I now have a zero pair here. I dropped down what I didn't use on the left side, which was 2x, equals, and then 9 minus 4 will give me 5. And then I'm going to divide by 2. Here's where my close relatives, my brother, sister, mom, dad, they are multiplying by 2x. Okay, 2 times x is happening. So to undo the multiplying of 2, I need to divide by 2. And what I do on one side, I have to do on the other side. And x equals, now this one just happened to not turn out nice. It does happen sometimes. Most of the time what we're working with are whole numbers, but in this case it's not. We have 5 halves. 5 divided by 2 would be 5 halves, but we can also say that 2 goes into 5 twice with a half left over, so 2 1/2. And then you would want to check your answer, check your solution, just like always. So now I'm going to take 2 times my x, which is 2 1/2. Plus 4 equals 9. Follow order of operations. 2 times 2 1/2. And I actually probably would use, instead of using 2 1/2, I would stick with my 5 halves. Because that's going to make multiplying easier. 5 halves. Okay, so it's this simplifies, cross simplifies. And I have 5 plus 4 equals 9 now, and 9 equals 9, so I know I did the problem right. Make sure that you are showing, how to, make sure you're showing your checking of your solutions in order to get full credit. You do need to have that. All right, here's another one. X divided by 2 plus 7 equals 0. Draw a river, okay. Extended family needs to leave first. In this case, that is our plus 7. So we need to undo the plus 7 by minusing 7. And we do that on both sides. This now becomes a zero pair. Drop down what I didn't use, which was the x divided by 2, equals, and then 0 minus 7 is just negative 7. Okay, think about a minus sign as also being a negative sign. It can be both, so don't let that throw you off. Now, I'm ready for my close relatives, the ones that are really attached. That is the dividing by 2. Okay, so in order to undo that, I need to multiply by 2, which is also 2 over 1. And what I do on one side, I have to do the other. This cross simplifies, and I'm just left with x. And then negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. That would be my answer. And then I want to check to make sure I did it right. So negative 14 is x divided by 2 plus 7 equals 0. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. Negative 7 plus 7 we know is a zero pair. So 0 equals 0. I did the problem correctly. Last example one. This one's the toughest one because of the fraction coefficient. So if you don't totally understand this example problem, that's okay. But you want to make sure you do understand the others. The plus 1 is the farthest away. They're our extended family. So in order to undo the plus 1, I have to minus 1. I have to do that on both sides. I now have a 0 pair there. What's left is our negative 2/5 y equals, and negative 3 and negative 1 make negative 4. Now it's time for my close relatives. My negative 2/5 is being multiplied by y, which means I need to divide by negative 2/5, which really makes you multiply by the reciprocal. So 5 over negative 2. We got to do that to both sides. Over negative 2. All right. These cross simplify out, and we're just left with y equals. And then this can cross simplify. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is 2. So I now have 2 times 5, which is 10. And 1 times 1 is just 1, so y equals 10. And then we need to check our answer. Negative 2/5 times 10, which is 10 over 1, plus 1 equals negative 3. I can cross simplify here. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4 over 1. So negative 4 plus 1 should equal negative 3, and it does. So my answer is correct. All right, your turn. Please solve these two. Make sure you are checking your solution. I will be looking for that on your notes, and then turn it back on when you're ready for your answers. All right, here is the work with the answers. Please check yours. If you have questions, put a question mark or a frowny face so we can talk about it in class. You should also have checked your solutions. I did not, but I will be looking for that on your. All right, how do I solve two-step equations involving subtraction? These are very similar, very, very, very similar. So I'll kind of speed up how I explain it a little bit more. So we're going to do the adding and subtracting first. In this case, it's the minus 2. We're going to add 2 on both sides. Okay, that makes it a 0 pair. What's left I drop down, which in this case is the negative 4y, equals, and the negative 22 plus 2 would be negative 20. Now I look to my y. It's still not by itself. It is attached by multiplying of negative 4. So to undo that, I need to divide by negative 4 on both sides. And that cancels out, or one's out, equals, y equals, and then negative 20 divided by negative 4 is positive 5. And then you check your solution. So you plug in y. So negative 4 times y, which in this case is 5. And minus 2 equals negative 22. Following order of operations, I multiply first. Negative 20 minus 2 equals negative 22. And then negative 22 equals negative 22. That is correct. Make sure when you are checking your solution that you are using order of operations, because otherwise you could get that question wrong. All right, last one. Here we go. I look to the variable side. So this one's flipped around, but that's okay. The furthest away is that minus 9, so I need to add 9. That's my distant relative. Okay, and now this is a 0 pair, so I have c divided by 5 equals, and then negative 1 and positive 9. So negative 1 plus 9 will give me negative 8, positive 8. And then I need to undo the dividing by 5 to get c by itself. So I'm going to multiply by 5 on both sides. And then what I have left here is going to, that's 1's out, or cross simplifies, if you put it over 1. C equals positive 40. And then you check your solution. For time-wise, I'm not going to do that, but I will be looking for you to do that. Your turn. Here are your two questions. Make sure you're showing all of the steps, all of your work, and that you are checking your solution before you turn your video back on. Again, those are things I'll be looking for in your notes. All right, I walked you through how to do the first one by showing my work, C equals 9, and then the second one I did not show you the work, but I will be looking for it, M equals 9. That is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Have an excellent day.